Hey, photo trips are awesome. If you can find 1 or 2 days and go to a location and really spend uninterrupted time with photography, and really concentrate on taking interesting pictures and enjoy photography. But often you can't find such a slot in your life, and then you need to squeeze in photography into your daily life, whatever that might mean. And sometimes that requires a little bit of planning. That happened to me a few days ago. I had a business trip down to Helsinki. It's about an hour and a half train ride from where I live. But I had intentionally planned a little bit slack into my day to sneak out and take a few pictures in downtown Helsinki. I'd taken my Rolleiflex with me and my Holga Panoramic camera. I thought this is a nice pair. I can take some low quality panoramic images and then some high quality squares. And as a film, I just, from the bottom of the barrel, I took Ilford FP4, HP5 Plus and Fomapan. I don't know why I had so many types of film. And I was planning to develop most of these in Rodinal. Now there was one film that I shot at ASA 1600. One HP5, pushed it. So that I developed in XT3. Rodinal is a good developer. I like it a lot. It gives me lively and interesting results, but it's not really for pushing. That's my experience. So I rather push with something else. So it was XT3. It's an Extol copy. I lied to my colleagues and said I need to sneak out to another meeting somewhere else. I didn't tell them that I'm gonna photograph, because had I said that, somebody might have said that I wanna join you and see what you're doing. So I didn't want that to happen, and when I took a few pictures. By the way, those last pictures show the difference between two different cameras. Like if you take pictures with your Holga Panoramic, there's this low quality charm in the pictures, especially if you have a lot of light that distorts and gets all kind of reflections. I like that feeling of my Holga. And then of course with the Rolleiflex it's a totally different extreme, and depending on what you want, there's a certain quality in both of them. So I thought that's a nice 3 images that show that difference. By the way, on my trip I typically have this as my camera bag. It's just an old Fjällräven bag that I stole from my daughter, and inside of it I have this kind of a camera inlet that allows me to take 2, even 3 cameras with me, some film. And I still have space for my laptop and my notebook and everything else. So that's really handy for those kind of combined photography business trips. Then I went to a museum. You know, I have this museum passport that I buy on an annual basis. It gives me a free access to all the art and historical museums in Finland, so I can just show the card and get in. And that also is pretty handy because whenever I am, wherever I am, I typically go in and see an interesting exhibition or whatnot and need to think about money. This time I went to a museum called Amos Rex. It's in downtown Helsinki and it's mostly underground. But it has these interesting structures that stretch out to the surface and then they let light into this underground museum. It's also special to me because that also is designed by my talented architect brother, the whole complex. And it looks like this. Yeah, a few rolls of medium format black and white pictures. The light outside was pretty difficult and harsh. The middle of the day, contrast gets really hard to control and, you know, I'm not that happy about all those pictures, but it was more about, once again, enjoying photography and being able to do that as often as I can. So now spending maybe 45 minutes on the streets of Helsinki, just looking at things and taking a few photos. Why not? Nice experience once again. Another thing that was a nice experience was that so many people wanted to talk to me, talk about my cameras, ask about them, talk about photography. There was this couple from Austria, a young couple, that they asked about the history of these cameras and why do I shoot with them. And then I photographed this glass building with my Holga and my Rolleiflex. So these two young guys who were with the window cleaning group started to talk to me and ask also about the cameras and asked me how many cameras I own, and I didn't dare to tell them because, yeah, that's a bit silly. And then there was a lady who saw my Rolleiflex and she said that I have, a young lady, maybe in her early 20s, said, yeah, she has a Rollei 35S. And I asked her, do you shoot a lot of film? And she says, I try to shoot as much as I can, but film is getting really, really expensive. And yeah, I don't know. I don't. It's all about your priorities, where you put your money into. Hey, so without this little session, it would have been business as usual, and now it became a bit special, and I have a few photographs to remember and share with you. So that was a nice day. Thanks for joining me. Next time, something else.